What am I doing? I am driving across the desert in California to a national park called Joshua Tree. I'm doing this because I want to make a series of new films around the music that I make. This series is about bringing people along on the journey of making music, trying to articulate that process, how you can respond to a landscape, how you can respond to a moment, how you can respond to an emotion, and translate that into something musical. I've never done this before, but I'm at a place in my career where I want to be challenged and pushed, and I want to find something new, something that excites me, and something that incorporates all the things that I love, and that is music, film, and travel, discovering new places. It's also an opportunity for me to explore my inner landscape, which ultimately always comes through when I'm writing music or expressing myself. But I think there's more to be explored there, how I respond to the surroundings that I'm in or the new places that I'm in, and how that might influence my emotional state. And I've always been interested in self-development and how to show up as my best self. It's an exploration into my own creative workflow as an artist in many different ways, and it's an opportunity to take a closer look at that. It's definitely the desert. These rock formations are insane.
As I pulled up to my little home in the desert, I was met with these amazing rock formations just outside. These landscapes are so alien to me. I just don't spend time in places that look anything like this. As you can imagine, I felt super inspired. It was an incredible place to be for the things that I wanted to do here. But at the same time, there was an aspect of uncertainty within me. I was apprehensive about the project. Would I be able to make something that was interesting and worth people's time? What would people think of the project, and how would it all come across? And was it even worth my time? My head was full of all of these questions. But I was excited, and I was here, so I was going to give it my best shot.
So I'm usually writing lyrics in my journal. And this is I've just written this while I've been here in California. So I'm going to set my makeshift studio up in a minute, but I'm feeling quite inspired. I've just got here and I'm going to open up a project that I kind of had in mind for this track, and there's a drum beat that I really want to use. I'm actually going to just so that's just another little lick that I might add in at some point. I'm going to develop this beat over time while I'm here
and maybe take some samples from kind of the surrounding area. I think it'd be interesting to kind of bring in some foley style textures to the drum section. That evening, as the dust settled, I took a walk under the hazy magenta sky. I wanted to clear my head and watch the sun go down. I love the idea of our circadian rhythms and how our biology syncs up to the natural light from the sun. Whenever I see the sun rise and set, I always feel more regulated, and I always sleep better. Tomorrow would be my first day in the park, and I would be getting up at 4 a.m. to make sure I was in the park, ready for sunrise. On my first morning in the park, I was met with the magenta and peachy hues of this unbelievable sunrise. The surrealist forms of the collar cactus garden and ethereal glow of every horizon was just breathtaking. I spent some time being with the intricate forms and interesting shapes of these plants, observing the light and capturing some photos. It was truly magical and so serene. A light breeze was all around as the sun crept over the horizon. I felt the sunlight land on my face, and I basked in this incredibly unique environment, taking in as much as I possibly could before heading to the next location. My next stop were the rock formations at Arch Rock. These titans of stone jutting straight from the Earth's surface, spread amongst the angular arms of Joshua trees, made for an incredibly unique place to be. These rocks were formed by millions of years of geological activity. As magma heated and cooled under the Earth's surface millions of years ago, and then wind and water eroded away the surface to reveal these magnificent structures. As you can imagine, I was having the time of my life, exploring and climbing. Even just by 10 a.m, I was feeling incredibly inspired. And so I took some rest and some time to note down these ideas that had been flowing on my first morning here in Joshua Tree. The pages were filling up with all my interpretations of everything that I'd seen and everything that had captured my attention. The process of journaling for me is such an integral one. It helps me to open a line of self-inquiry about the things that I've experienced and my relationship to them. These are questions that I probably wouldn't usually ask myself if I didn't take the time to sit down and write about them. It really helps me process things and understand my relationship with the world more deeply.
So I've been thinking a lot about why exactly I'm doing this, why I'm making these films, why I'm setting out on this project. It's really the culmination of me trying to figure out how I can bring all of these things that I care about, nature, filmmaking, storytelling, music, art in general, travel, adventure, and how I can bring them all into one thing that I do. It's such an interesting practice to respond to your environment and to respond to how you're feeling in that environment, kind of the inner landscape and the outer landscape.
There was so much inspiration running through my mind that I actually felt like I needed to get into my body. And one particular activity that I love is climbing. And I thought, there's no better place to help me drop into my body and allow my subconscious to integrate the ideas that I'd had that morning. So apparently the rock here is called Monzo granite. And this type of rock, paired with the unique erosion that happens here in the desert, creates this incredibly textured and layered face of the rock. And that makes for an incredibly fun yet challenging bouldering experience. And I should say that I'm really no expert at all when it comes to climbing. I was literally just being a kid again and finding ways to play and explore. It feels so freeing. It's like a giant playground for adults. I knew that inside there were some interesting ideas culminating, and I was super excited to get back into the studio and start laying down some of these musical ideas. So please join me in the next episode where I continue this exploration.
If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching it, and pop something in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Any feedback, constructive criticism, any of that good stuff. I'm all ears, and I'd love to know your thoughts. If you like what I'm doing with the channel, then subscribe and come along for the journey. I love it here.